Good morning. It's a beautiful Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. It's brain body training today. I'm just gonna make sure this is set up right. We're in here, pretty good height, enough to see. Maybe I can bring it in a little bit. Just tip it down, maybe pinch it just a little bit. That might be too much. Hey Pat, how are you? Good to see you here. I can see you there. Got to see whether we can see the red ball or not. So there you go. All looks good. Ginny, you're here. Great to see you. Yeah, that's a good size, I think, because I can always jump up and down, and you can still see me. Not that we're jumping today. Where's my shoes? See, the cool thing about this video is if anybody wanted to break into my house and steal my shoes, they know where they're at. So I totally just revealed where I hide my shoes because these are so valuable. It's actually a fashion statement. So after wearing these, I was actually asked to walk the stage at the Victoria's Secret show. So, of course I said no, because I didn't quite fit in. I'm just joking. Hey Pat, hey Ben, good to see you. Bob says hi, and Ben too. Great to see you both. Thanks for both being here as well. Really looking forward to today's class. Don't forget, make sure you have your short bands with you. I got a brand new workout today, or exercise I should say, which I'm so excited about. The new exercise is gonna be great for those that want to strengthen up their legs, but also, and this is why I came up with it, for those that have a hard time lifting their legs up or have drop foot, which stops them from being able to lift their foot up as well. Now, I'm not gonna do that exercise till later into the program, but remember, you can do it on your own if you're just doing something as simple as the tapping, just to help get that leg up and down. I had this yesterday. I came up with this exercise the other day talking to Jean. So Jean, if you watch this, or you're not here now, but you watch it later on YouTube, thank you for inspiring me to come up with a new way to help, because that's always what inspires me the most, apart from hearing about your success. Always good to have that water as well before we start. Okay, I'm going to do my shoelaces up. Betsy, great to see you here. Thanks so much. I see your comments. Working with Debbie out there and Kathy, and I love the fact that you have so much success and passion with training with them as well, because everybody's unique and different, and that's why we have the different trainers here, so you constantly get new information and different styles, and I think it's fantastic. Molly Ann, great to see you here. Oh, I missed Helen. Helen, great to see you here. Thanks for coming in and watching. Hopefully you're all joining in today. Molly Ann, I'm back with you. Great to see you here. Joe, great to see you here as well. And Ildi, lovely to see you here always as well. Good morning to you. Good morning, Rosa Mum. Great to see you here as well. And Candy, Candy, I believe, and I may be wrong, but just say yes. You sent me a message that I just saw this morning, because we're not friends on Facebook. It didn't come through to my messages, but I was just checking some notifications, and I think you had sent me an email, a message. I'd give you a call. If that's right, you can just say yes, but I will be calling you later. So look forward to that. I just got to remember, I got to get my earbuds, because we're going to be doing some different talking today, and you can tell every time I turn away from the camera, you'll find it harder to hear me, but now you can hear me, but now you can't hear me, but now you can hear. I'm on one of those moods. Let me just grab the earbuds. Now, for those of you that don't know so much, let's see if these work. Give me a thumbs up. Does that sound better? That's the thing. For most of you that know, I'm not the tech savvy. My brother's really good. My brother's really good at all the tech stuff and everything. And I'm not so good at the tech stuff. So I hope it's... Just give me a thumbs up. Bob Eubanks is here, so give me a thumbs up, Bob, if you can hear me, if it sounds good. And no comments on the accent, Bob, because you'd always... Bob. Okay, so just going back here as well. Linda, great to see you here. I think this might be your first time here, Linda. If it is, I hope you enjoy the workout. Very simple, basic workout, but still go at your own pace, go at your own speed. Feel the workout. This is not about doing the workout, it's about feeling the workout. Denise, great to see you here. Yep, let's go. That's awesome. I was just reading that. Yeah, let's go. Joe, here, ready for our workout. I love the fact that you say our workout because we are all doing it together. And everyone goes at their own level. So it's not about competition against others. It's about what are we doing together to support each other. And I have to say, thank you so much to everybody as well for support. I've seen so many messages coming in. We have the most amazing group. I'd love to see, I would bet my shoes on the fact we have the best group in Facebook. Everyone is so positive and so supportive. And when I see that, it's absolutely beautiful. It really touches my heart. So thanks so much, Joe. Thank you. Bob Eubanks is in the house. Bob Eubanks is in the house. Bob, you have the most distinct voice. Probably so many people hear your voice and they know that voice. It's legendary. Helen. Yes, Helen's here. Great to see you, Helen. Thanks so much for being here. And I hope you have a fantastic workout with us as well. And get the results. Remember, everything, I've seen so many comments, it's one small step at a time. It could be baby steps. It could be giant leaps. But the defining point is the fact we're moving in the right direction. Wendy, good everyone. Good, yeah, everyone's good, Wendy. Good everyone. Make it. Wendy, have you been here before? I don't know whether this is your first time here. Do you have a 60-up balance board? I can tell you about it if you'd like to know. So Wendy, everyone, is the director of our customer service. She's phenomenal. And I hope, Wendy, your tooth is doing better. Make it a great tooth day. It's great. Sharon, lovely to see you here as well. Again, looking forward to joining. Ildi, great to see you here. Sandy Birch. Ildi, thanks for saying this sounds great. Sandy's the most amazing lady. She works back in the entertainment industry back in England, but we went to theatre school together, dance school together. And Sandy, I love you, Sandy. You're awesome. So it's great. Thanks so much for stopping by and saying hi. Bonnie, great to see you as well. Again, I know this isn't your first time here, Bonnie, so hopefully this workout will be fantastic for you and you enjoy it. Wendy, LOL, good morning. There you go. And I hope you have a great time, and don't forget to see Dr. Fine today, or at least give him a call. Amazing dentist. Wendy's like, why are you talking about my personal life? Because Wendy doesn't have a personal life. Her life is 60 up. And so all of you can ask her whatever you want, and she has to tell you everything. So today's workout, let me tell you about today. It's very, as you know, Tuesdays is the basic day. It's the brain to body, body to brain training. It's not about doing exercises and pushing it through. That's what you can do on my Thursday workout or on other workouts with Debbie and Kathy that may be more of a workout style. But my workouts on Tuesday are about going slow and feeling, giving time for the brain to connect to the body and gain your confidence. See, confidence allows us to go faster, further, different directions. But when we're unconfident, we're not free to venture out. And so that's why this Tuesday workout is so part of my passion, because it's going back to the basics of how this all got started in the first place. When I created the 60 Up, it wasn't about giving Bob Eubanks, and Bob, you'll confirm, so it wasn't about giving Bob a workout. It was about giving Bob a life. And I couldn't be more proud of Bob and all that he's gone through and what he's doing today. So thank you for being part of that journey and helping me create this with your needs, Bob, and your success. Wendy, ask away. So my message for today is twofold. We're often so controlled by things that go on around us. Our emotions get invested. People step into our lives, and or even people that have been in our lives for a long time, and they try and create an environment that becomes, I'm not going to use the word toxic, but an environment where your life feels like it's suddenly getting jumbled up. All of us live through it. All of us, we never know when it's coming, right? You can be having the greatest day and something comes along. And there's a saying that I was talking to my mother about last night that she loved and asked me to talk about it today. It's get out of other people's turbulence and into your own jet stream. Let me say that again. Get out of other people's turbulence and into your own jet stream. See, there's only two things that we have in life, whatever we create and whatever we allow. And sometimes when we get caught up in this turbulence, this ferocity that's going on around us emotionally, we forget that we don't have to accept it. We can get back into our own jet stream and fly past those that are getting caught up and see the beautiful view ahead because we're now leading our way. So again, there's only two things, what we allow and what we create. If you don't like it and you're allowing it, don't allow it. If you've created it and it's not good for you, then let it go. And with those two things, we can continue to, again, live the greatest life. And if you see my picture that I posted today on Facebook, and hopefully you'll go back and like it because I actually love the picture, and that's with the 60 up balance board in front of a black and white wall with a little color on it, and read the message there. I want you to create the most beautiful, alive colors in your life. Make them vibrant, make them effervescent. Let people look in and see the full beauty of you from the inside shown through the outside. And all of you can do that. It's a matter of looking at your character and making sometimes those tough decisions to let go or to embrace and enhance even things that don't feel comfortable, but you know they're good for you. And the second part of that is we have a number of people that contact us and say, the 60 up didn't work the way I thought it was going to. And we had one with Jean. If you read the messages this week with Jean, that's already began to have success when she didn't think it was for her. And what I loved about Jean, and still love about Jean, not love, but what I love about Jean is she's willing to do the work. And all she needed was a little guidance how it worked. But so many people buy something and want it to do the work for them. I'll buy a treadmill and I want it to go round and round and give me the results. I've got to walk on it, but I'm not going to put the same effort in as if I had to walk on the street. And trust me, I have a treadmill. Treadmills are great. The whole point is you've got to do the work for you. There's nothing out there that can substitute the work that you can do. And you've got so much power, so much ability, so much beauty inside of you that I think it's incredible that when you tap into it, the results you have. But how many people, I don't want to say get lazy. Sometimes there's so many things, right? Lazy, frustrated, annoyed, depressed, non-believing, and they want to be saved. The beauty of this group is we're all working together, but you're doing your work. And if you do your work, you'll have the results. So thanks so much for being here. I'm going to get on with this workout, but I'm just going to finish up here. Thanks, Vicky. You're looking forward to... Vicky, that's great, because one of the exercises is for you. It's the standing on the single leg that you're still having problems with. I remember Bob Eubanks, you'll know this, and I don't know whether your messages are coming in, Bob, because sometimes they don't. I got to tell the story. Last week, Bob, it was great. I've got to tell it, Bob. I apologize now beforehand. But Bob was on the workout and sending messages and I wasn't responding. And it's so good. Bob was actually on a workout the day before. So it wasn't even live, but Bob thought it was live because he was playing and seeing what we were doing. So Bob, that made my day. It was absolutely brilliant. And it's great that we can laugh at it. At least, Bob, you were out there doing a workout. But I see some of your messages, so we're going to be doing the single leg workout. And the point I was saying is Bob couldn't put his pants on without sitting down. And I know to me right now in my life, that didn't seem like a big deal because I haven't been in that point. But remembering Bob's excitement to tell me, Dan, I could put my pants on without saying, like, it wasn't about putting the pants, it was the fact that he had that independence, that balance, that he could control his own body and feel that freedom again, which was fantastic. So, that's why we're going to be doing one-legged workout, standing as well. Linda, you've been off for a week digging out of 30 inches of snow. Oh, that's awesome. You've been digging out of 30 inches of snow. I love snow. probably because we don't get it that much, or even a week of snow is fantastic. But digging out of 30 inches of snow, you're super fit then, Linda, because I know that is not easy. I can't see the rest that you wrote because for some reason it's not coming up, but I'll read it later. But you said you love watching The Ultimate Goal. For anyone that doesn't know, I have a reality documentary that I shot, directed, and I don't say starred in, and appeared in, that's on Amazon Prime and Amazon. It's free if you're an Amazon Prime member. It's called The Ultimate Goal. And thanks so much for watching. It's really inspirational. I love the fact that I created that, but because of the journey that I saw, the soccer players, it's based on soccer, but it's not about soccer. And seeing the journey and seeing so many of them playing professionally. In fact, one of the soccer players in it is now the captain of the Los Angeles Galaxy in the MLS. Rosie, you're back here. Laura, great to see you here as well. Jen, you're here. Good morning. Jill, it's frigid in Chicago. Walking on icy streets is scary. Absolutely. That's where you do take those slightly smaller steps. But again, as you begin to feel that body slide or that foot slide, if you've done your training and you've got the brain to think, the chances of you saving the slip going into a fall is huge because your balance will react to the slip and slide. So keep doing your workouts and yeah, walking on icy streets is scary. So with that being said, let's get on with the workout. I'm so excited for today's workout because I love new things, right? I love when I come up with something new that you guys will be able to incorporate. And at the same time, on the Tuesday workouts, going slow enough, even if you're super fit. And trust me, I think I'm pretty fit. But these balance exercises, I can't fly through them. I have to feel them. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So while I'm talking, and we're going to multitask the brain a little bit today, just march a little bit on the spot, not too fast. And again, if you feel like you're going off balance, try and bring that board back to the middle and just stay focused in the middle and feel, let's go a little slower. As you step down, feel that foot. And what I want you to do is feel the foot that's on the ground, feel changing the pressure points. As I begin to move, where's my pressure? Is it the middle of the foot? Is it more on the inside of the foot, the big toe? Is it more on the little toe? Now what I want you to do is just move side to side a little bit. It's your hip that's moving. And the board is there to save you if you need to do it. And all I'm doing is I'm shifting my hips side to side. Let's go back the other way, side to side. I actually got this move from Bob Eubanks, because Bob used to, this is how he dances. He has one leg in the air, but I think he got that from his dog. I love Bob. You haven't sent a message. You may not even get a message today, Bob. I don't know how Facebook works, but it's great that I can say these things and there's no rebuttal yet. But I know if you do send the messages, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, good. Just come back to walking in here and just a little bit slower again, and feel, having done that, if you feel more solid on the leg you're standing on, because we've now, by moving the hips side to side, we've been able to obviously feel the pressure points more extreme. Then when we come back to the center, we're good. Now come in and just hold that leg up. Take your hands off if you feel safe and see if you can hold that balance. 3, 2, 1, change. Hold onto the poles if you need to. If you feel good, let go, or let go with one hand and feel. 3, 2, 1, change. One more time each leg. Feel. 3, 2, 1, change. And to give you a little bit of a more challenge, you can put your arms in different positions while you're doing this, and it will force the brain to connect with the foot that's on there. Okay, what I want you to do is lift up your right foot, place the ball of the foot on the edge of the board and drop the heel, and then bring it back down. So we go up with the left, edge of the board, drop the heel down. Up, here, push the heel down. Now you may want to look down and just check that the ball of the foot is on the edge of the board, because if you can't drop the heel, you've gone too far on the board. Now what we're doing this exercise for is drop foot. Obviously, for those of you that have dropped foot, we have to lift the leg up high to let the foot touch first and then push it down. Now we're going to advance this just a little bit. And again, the whole time, think about the board being centered. Now you're going to say, well, when my foot hits the board, isn't that going to push it to the side? What I want you to do is use your hands to keep the board centered. So now we're multitasking the brain to have to be able to think of where's my pressure on the board while I'm pushing my foot onto the board. Okay, good. So we're going to advance this now. Lift your foot up, go here, push the heel. Now what I want you to do is lift your knee back up and try and work to keep that toe up as you bring it down. So come up, drop the heel. Now try and strengthen up the front of the shin, work on it, pull your toes up. Even your toes coming up is working the muscles and the brain activity to send the messages to the neurons and the tendons that I want to keep those toes up as much as you can. Now, for most of you, what will happen is as you do that, the foot will drop, right? It doesn't matter. If the foot drops, that's okay, because what we're doing here is we're getting the brain to feel or send the messaging, and over time, it will begin to connect, and those tendons will be activated, the muscles will be activated to feel that up. Last time each side, up, push the heel, keep the toe up, pull those toes up inside your shoe. Even if your foot's dropping, try and pull those toes, because the strength will begin to grow from the toes back up if you can only pull those toes up. Lift it up and down. All right, excellent. So the next thing we're going to do, just shake those legs out, and that should have been a little bit of a stretch for the calves as well. The next one we're going to do now is very important you hold onto the poles. So again, when we do single leg balance, and just rest for a second, when we do single leg balance, we tend to think of side to side motion, right? That's the single leg, but we've got forward and back. Think about it. When you go to put your pants on, you have to lean forward. So what I want you to do is step back very slightly and put your right foot right in the middle of the board, but on the ground. So it's not behind the number one, it's right behind that red center line. Now, lift your left foot. Now, what I want you to do is begin to take your left foot back, bend your right knee, and just lean forward and hold it. 3, 2, 1, and come back. Now put your left foot right in the middle, in line with the yellow, so we got our body even. Now lift up your right leg. Now take the right leg back, bend the left leg, and begin to lean forward. What I want you to do is feel the strength in your toes. Right now your toes are doing the work. Bring it back again. Put your right foot behind here. Good, right in the middle. Lift the left leg. Now begin to move the left leg back, bend the right leg, and then lean forward. So you can really feel how that pressure is over those toes, and the board should help you stabilize. And again, before you let the board do, try and use those toes, bring it back down again. Put the left foot right in the middle. Left foot right, doesn't make sense, does it? Put the left foot right, no, put the left foot in the middle. Lift the right leg, bend the right leg, only left leg slightly, push the left leg, I'm all over the place. Bend the left leg, push the right leg behind you, and begin to lean forward. Use those poles to stabilize you, and feel the pressure on those toes, and you'll feel if you begin to go, your little toe or your big toe begins to feel it. Come down one more time on each side. Are you ready? Still your foot is on the ground. Lift the leg up, left leg, bend the right leg. I'm getting it right this time. Move your left leg back, bend forward, put the pressure on your toes so you can feel it. You'll still feel pressure. Don't go up on your toes. You'll just feel the strength of your toes helping with that single leg balance. And last one, left foot goes right in the middle. I just said it again. Left foot goes in the middle. Bend your left leg, lift up your right leg, begin to take the right leg behind bent and just lean forward onto that. And I can really feel my left side is a little less stable than my right. And that was because I think on my left side, I'd been in a boot for 8 months and they wanted to operate. And my toes had to come back stronger. And I couldn't stand, I couldn't balance on one leg. I couldn't go up on my toes. Just shake your legs out while I'm talking. And so I know what it's like to not be able to function properly. And so maybe my left foot still needs to have more work on it, or it loses it a little bit if I'm not focused on that single leg toe pressure. Okay, next thing we're gonna do. This is an exercise that I came up with. Well, I didn't come up with it, it's something we've always done, but I wanted to focus on step up on 2 and 2 and just rock side to side. Now, I was talking again, this goes back to Jean, and we had a fantastic conversation where she was getting dizzy when she was on the board. Now, a lot of the times it's because we move our head and rock side to side into here, right? So we're doing this, and that's why I think she was getting dizzy. So one of the things that I said was focus on a center point and just push with your legs. Now look at the difference of my head movement. So if anybody starts getting dizzy, anybody has vertigo, I know Bob Eubanks has vertigo. Hey Debbie, I can see that you just came in today. I got a great exercise. I'd love your opinion on it, Debbie. Later on, it's going to be 2 exercises from here. So what we've got here is just the rocking side to side. Now, before, it was this going on. That's why I love when people watch TV, because the TV will remind you that my head, so you'll stop and you'll balance. Now keep that head completely in the center. And what we're doing, we're engaging the muscles and keeping the head still. Now, with that being said, what I want you to do is find your balance and run your hands. And you'll notice your head is completely still. My brain is multitasking because I'm focusing on one point right ahead of me. And I'm able to, again, with multitasking the brain, it's making sure that my balance is good. And again, doing this for 30, 40 seconds at a time is excellent for the brain connection. And my hands are moving, so my brain has to work my hands and react to my balance changes and my head still. Now what I want you to do is rock side to side. And just watch this one while you're rocking. I'm going to turn my head to the side and I'm going to rock here. The reason I'm doing this is to get used to my balance without my head being forward, as if I'm looking in a shop window. But you'll notice my head is completely, I don't want to be doing this as I'm rocking, my head going back and forth. Let the legs do the work and look to the side. I'll tell you when to look forward so you don't have to watch the camera. You ready? And look to your right. Good, you're rocking now. Keep that head still, feel the legs doing the work. And again, you'll feel it. Now, from that position, find your balance. And you'll notice it feels a little bit different than when your head is facing front. Good, you're still looking to the side. I know you can't look at the camera or the screen if you're doing this. I'm going to talk you through it. Okay, and rock side to side. Now bring your head slowly back to the front. Again, a lot of this training is for those of you with vertigo or get a little bit dizzy when we're doing the exercises. We're working on keeping the head still because that's where our dizziness comes from. Okay, great. What I want you to do now is turn your head to the left. Good, and keep that head still. Focus on a spot, a single spot, and don't take your eyes off of that spot, but let your legs do the work. Now, if we wanted to multitask here, we can run the hands at the same time. Good, now come and find your balance. Again, still looking to the left. There you go. And if you feel good, you can take one hand off or both hands off and notice how, again, your brain suddenly becomes even more activated in feeling the change of the muscles and the way that they're reacting to the change of balance and pressure point. Good. Hold on to the poles. If you let go, bring your head slowly back to the front. So if you suffer from vertigo, if you suffer from dizziness, if you have any of those things going on, then remember, keep your head centered. Don't let your head rock. And as I said, watching TV is a great way to practice that, because if you do this, you get sick of watching the TV show instead of I'm focused on the TV show and my body and brain is working. All right. So what I want you to do now, we're going to push down with the left foot. Step back off the board and get a quick drink of water, because we've got a harder exercise coming up now, which is going to be working with the leg strength, the hip flexors, and rocking side to side with your feet slightly closer together. Grab a quick drink of water, and I'm going to say hi to whoever was here. Debbie, you were in the boot too. It was a nightmare for me. I had a doctor who really saved my life. It's Dr. Ray, and everyone wanted to and this is why I said you got to find the right doctors or people that actually care about you, not just being a doctor. And Dr. Ray, his name is Raymond Hall, he's out of Santa Monica, but everybody wanted to operate on me. I walked into his office. He saw what was going on. He manipulated my foot, did some things, and I walked out of his office without a boot instead of going for an operation. Thanks so much, Debbie. You've experienced severe vertigo in the past. Yeah, it is no fun. And whenever anybody sends me a message and I got dizzy, I do feel bad. I was shooting, step up on one-on-one and just rock side to side. So I was not sheeting, I was shooting a movie down in South Africa in Cape Town. And we were just rock side to side. And we had to shoot out of a place called Hout Bay near Cape Town. And I was scuba diving in the movie. I was playing a shark expert. and we went out for a night shoot, and I went on a boat. I'll maybe post a picture of the movie as well. And I'd never been seasick in my life. That night, I was so seasick. That boat was being thrown around in some really rough waters where the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean meet, where we're filming. And from that day on, I always got seasick, and it was like the worst feeling. You just want to get off of the boat, and I can only imagine what it's like having that on the ground as well. Okay, you've got the feeling of your feet being centered side to side. What I want you to do is step back off of the board with your right foot. Now, we're going to go into a small lunge. You're going to put your right foot on number one. The board will touch the ground. Go into a lunge. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Now come up and lift the left knee. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Now put your foot on one. Rock side to side. 3, 2, 1. Push down with your right foot. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Now carefully put your foot back. Bend. 3, 2, 1. And push back off of your right foot and come to standing again. Let's go to the left side. Put your foot on one. Bend your legs. Hold it here. 3, 2. We're going to stand up. Lift that right knee. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Rock on one and one. 3, 2, 1. Push on the left side. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Carefully put your foot behind so you feel the ground. Bend. 3, 2, 1. And push back. Right side. Here we go. Lunge. Hold. 3, 2, 1. What we're really doing here, lift. 3, 2, 1. By holding, we're strengthening that muscle to do more than it normally would have to. Good. Lift the left leg. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Keep the core tight. Lunge back. 3, 2, 1. And step back. Left side. Step on one. Lunge. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And feel how those muscles get tighter as we hold. Now we release by rocking. Now we get used to going back onto one leg. 3, 2, 1. Carefully find the ground, then bend your knee. 3, 2, 1, and step back. Now, hold on to those poles. We're going to do this 2 more times, but for those of you that are more advanced, follow along. You can let go with one hand or even both hands. Here we go. So step on one. Let go with your left hand if you want to. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Lift. Let go with the left hand. 3, 2, 1. Now find your placement. Rock. Let go of the left hand. Good. Hold on. Lift the leg. Let go. 3, 2, 1. Find the ground by holding on here. Balance. Let go with both hands if you want, or one. 3, 2, 1. Step back. Left leg. On one. Here. Now let go if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Now step. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Now rock. If you want to, you can let go if you feel good. Good. And again, hold on if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Find the ground. Bend the knees. 3, 2, 1. And step back. Good. Give me 10 butt kickers. So we just, again, loosen up those legs because we're going to go into one of my new exercises, which I'm so excited about. But I want you to go slowly, carefully. You need to go and get your short bands. Are you ready? Don't put them on the board. So I'm going to grab my short bands. One of them, you're going to take and put over the front of the hook and just leave it. It's not going to attach to the board. Now the second one, and this is what I'm so excited about, I'm going to give you like an extra 10 seconds and I'll talk about safety in case someone's picking up their bands. I don't want them on the board. So if they're on the board, take them off of the board because this is a leg strengthener. Now remember, safety is always first, and please either watch what I'm doing and then follow, or watch and don't rush ahead of what I'm doing. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to take this end, you're going to wrap it around your leg just above the knee, and you're going to feed the handle through the loop. Does that make sense? Let me just show you again. I'm going to come a little bit closer. So you've got the band, balance on one leg, around the leg, it's gone around the back. I put the handle through the loop, and then I put it around my leg. Now from there, I want you to step up on the number one with your left foot. Lift your leg and put the loop around the board. It's not going to rest down on the handle. The handle will actually stop it. And if you want a slightly more resistance, bring the hook up. If you want less, bring it down. Good. Now from here, what I want you to do is step onto the board and now take your right leg and step back and bring it up. And what we're doing here, and hold on to the pole here because again, you'll want the resistance in here. What we're doing is you'll feel as you step back, you're strengthening your glute. And we're going to reverse this in a minute because this was really designed for people that have a hard time lifting their leg up. Good. Now, what I want you to do is step back onto the ground. Put the board in the center and you'll feel that there's a resistance going on. Now, what I want you to do is lift the leg up and tap and bring it back. Tap, bring it back. Now, for those of you that don't have a problem lifting your leg, you're in a great position here because what you're working is you're working the glutes, you're working the back of the leg, you're working the muscles here. And if you want to advance this, what I want you to do is take the leg back and forward, back and forward. And even if you have a problem lifting your leg, you can do this. But this exercise is so good for being able to strengthen the leg muscles. And look, I'm not even thinking about it, but my left leg is having to do all the balance and control. Now bring it to the ground again. Now what I want you to do is take your foot back and then lift it up and down, up and down. So take your foot off the ground and now lift the leg, and you'll notice how the band begins to help you lift. Leg goes back, it pulls you forward, it's here and it's down. Last time, back, lift, up and down. Now, from here, and we've just stepped back just a little bit, you'll feel the resistance to push against the handle. Now give me 10 leg lifts. 1 and down, 2 and down, 3 and down. If you want more help with the lift up, move the hook higher up of the band so the angle of the band is more about pulling the leg up and gives you that little bit of assistance to get you going rather than having to put your hand down. Oops, there, that's why you hold on to the poles. Excellent. Now step up on the board one-on-one. Grab the band, push on your left foot, lift up, and what I want you to do is now come back down. Now, a quick little thing to show you, if you do have a problem lifting your leg, you can use this and use the handle. Instead of having to put your hand onto your pants or onto your leg to help pull you up, you can be here and just do your tapping this way. I can pull to help reinvigorate and get that muscle and brain connection with the help of my upper body, but again, doing a natural movement because my leg is moving naturally forward. I love this exercise so much, and I was practicing with it, and thank you, Jean, for making me have to think of this. You don't need the second band. I'm going to throw this one out. Take the other band now, wrap it around the back of your leg, just above the knee, feed the band through the loop as we did before. Now, put your right foot on number 1, lift the leg, left leg up, and just slightly. Now I'm going to show you a little example here. I'm going to move the red hook a little bit higher. It will slide down a little bit, but you'll notice how the angle is more up. Now, on this, I've got to start up on the board. So we're going to start here. I want you to take your left leg and just move it back and down. Move it back and down. Move it back and down. Move it back, and you'll feel that little pull. As we get back, it gives you that quick start. But as you push back, you're strengthening your glute muscles. That hamstring's getting integrated. That's the word I was looking for. Instigated. It's not instigating, it's integrated into there. Good. And from here, what I want you to do now is step back onto the floor. Now remember, push on those poles because I can feel the resistance on the handles. And I'm just going to adjust that because I want to keep the line as straight as possible. Now from here, push on there, just take the leg back and up, back and up, back and up. This is what's amazing. I was talking to my father yesterday as well, and he was saying how much he loves the 60 up so much because he can't believe how many exercises. It's like having your own gym for so many different exercises and workout that's all about real life movement. And it was so good to hear. He said he can jump on it 10 times a day for a minute at a time and just get that little bit of integration. He's very fit and active all the time. Good. Now, what I want you to do is put your foot here, the center, lift the heel, lift the leg, place it down. Lift it up, take it back, bring it down. Feel again, up. Tap the board, up, take it down. Up, here, up, and down. Now, remember what we did before, lift the leg, and for those of you more advanced, just push that leg back. Just pushing that leg back, you'll feel the resistance. Good morning, Terme. Good to see you here. You're late, unacceptable. So what we've got here, again, you'll notice how the band is around the pole, it's around your knee, and you're working that glute muscle. Absolutely fantastic. You would not believe how much money ladies spend in here. Put your foot on the ground for legs. As I used to teach abs, thighs, and butt, and it was packed. All the women, they'd be lying down the street waiting for people to get into the class because they wanted to use their butt muscles. This is so good for the glutes. I wish I had had this when I used to teach. Okay, last one we're going to do. We're going to step back now. Remember, we're going to lift and tap, lift and down. And for those of you that, again, have a hard time lifting that leg up, this will give you just that little bit of help as you begin to activate and reintegrate the muscles to be able to, again, walk stronger, to give that little kick. When you have a leg that doesn't want to lift, and it could be for so many different reasons, from stroke, from MS, from other diseases, from an injury, this is such a good exercise just to give it that little help. Because look, when I get to here, there's no more pull anymore. The leg is now doing all the work, but it's just the first part. Last one. Are you ready? Good. Now step up on the board, one-on-one. Push with your right foot. Reach the handle. Hold on to the pole if you need to. Just lift it up till it's off. And what I want you to do is step back off of the board. Grab hold of... Oh, and remember, if you want to do this, you're having a hard time, you can just put it on here. Just thread it. Who's Fred? Thread it through your leg and use that again to be able to lift up. Now, the other way you could use this as well is put your hand against a wall. This is for a more advanced workout. And here, and just push back so we can work the back of the leg, but you're safe, you're holding onto the handle, and it's wrapped around your leg. So that's the end of that workout. Okay, grab a quick drink of water. I'm only saying that because I can feel that I need one, so I'm using you as an excuse for me to get one. I don't need an excuse. Okay, next exercise. I'm going to step up with your right foot right in the middle of the board. Come up and try and find your balance. There you go. And if you feel confident, let go with one hand, but be ready to grab that pole because safety is always first. We're in here, good, there you go. And you're just on. Now what I want you to do is put your left foot on number 2 and then come back and try and find that balance. Bob Eubanks, I finally got a message from you. Good. All you do is put your foot on 3 and come back. And put your foot on 3 and try and find that balance. Put the foot on 3, try and find that balance. Kathy, I can see that you're here as well. I can't see what you said, but great to see you here. I've got Kathy and Debbie and Bob, and Wendy was here earlier as well. It's like the 60 Up family is all meeting and mingling. There you go, good. Hold that balance. Good, bring your left foot to number 1, right foot goes to number 1, put your left foot in the middle. Now come up and try and balance. Make sure that foot is right in the middle so our change of direction is awesome until, and let me just explain this one, if you want to have to work more on the inside of the foot, put your foot slightly outside of the center. And if you want to work your little toe, put your foot slightly on the inside of the red line because you're going to have to push more with the outside or inside of the foot to find your balance. Just a little tip. Okay, find that balance. If you feel confident and make sure that left leg is bent, you can try and let go with your hands, see if you can control that balance. And if you begin to lose your balance, you grab the poles. There you go, good. Now put your foot on 3, come back and balance. Put your foot on 3, come back. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to find my balance here. Okay, I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to step on 3, and can I come back and find that balance in the middle? That is a tough challenge. It's the first time I've ever tried doing this. There you go. But again, the poles are always there if you need to. There you go, good. Last one, push down here and come and stand back up and step back off of the board. Good. Just shake those legs out. I know that we've done a lot of work. What I want you to do now is just take your left heel, place it on the board and just bend forward a little bit. Let's loosen up the back of the leg. Even in the middle of a workout, it's so important to stretch if you're tightening up because again, we want to make sure the blood's flowing, that any lactic acid that's building up, which shouldn't be with these workouts, but there'll be a little bit, gets released, and at the same time, we get the muscles to loosen up so we can continue to work and keep the flexibility. Change legs, left heel goes into here. There you go, and right leg. There you go. Good, okay. Next exercise, and we don't have too many left today. We're gonna step up on 2 and 2, and all I want you to do is rock side to side, and now find your balance. Good, now what I want you to do is we're gonna multitask. I want you to play with your fingers as we're doing this. All right, we're rocking side to side, and you're gonna balance. Now what I want you to do is whenever I lift my hands up, I want you to say out loud to yourself, and if there's anybody in the room, they're gonna think you're crazy. But that's okay, because that's part of my family, is being crazy. So if I pick up my fingers and I go like this, how many are there? Say it out loud, and I'll explain why. Good, you're just rocking, find your balance. Good, rocking, find your balance. Good, you're rocking. How many do I have out right now? Good, keep saying it out loud. Good, keep running your fingers while you're doing this. If any of you said 1, you're wrong. This isn't a finger, this is a thumb. The answer is none. I said, how many fingers am I holding? That is such a childish, in the playground, kindergarten type of joke. And I can't believe I just told it. But I think it's because I see Scott Austin just came on here. And so, is that right? It's Scott? Yeah, there you go. That's why I can go back to kindergarten level, right, Scott? Good. And last couple. You can say 5 on this one, because the joke's over. Good, find your balance. Keep running your fingers. Okay, and just rock it back and side. The reason I wanted to do that exercise, we're multitasking the brain to think, to see, to run your fingers, and to find your balance or rock. Look at all the activities we're engaging in, which is real life. I'm walking down the street, I see the bus coming towards me. What number bus is that? I've got to put my hand out to be able to get the bus to stop. I might have to move a little faster to be able to get to that bus stop because the driver isn't going to stop for me, which did happen a couple of times, but I'm not even going to go into that. Okay, what I want you to do is turn your feet to face 45 degrees. So my right toe goes towards the pole, my heel's on number 1. On the left side, my toe is towards number 1, my heel's on number 2, or behind the pole. Here we go, rocking side to side. So you'll notice in here, my body is a little bit facing the front, so I'm holding onto the poles. If you want to, and you feel confident, you can hold on to just one pole, let the second one go. But if you don't feel safe, you can go here. And if you feel really safe, you can take both hands off, and you'll notice it's a different pressure point because our feet now are not facing front, we're facing the side. Oh, I feel like I'm an Egyptian, walk like an Egyptian. So we're in there now, come and find your balance. And you'll notice it's a completely different feeling that we're strengthening up the beginning of a turn to change direction. We're getting that connection of the brain to the foot points in here. Good, and rock it again. Good, now while you're doing that, how many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up? Say it out loud. The reason I say to say it out loud is because it's not just a thought where we think we're right, we actually have to hear what we're saying, and that will engage our thought process to continue to again be correct and not make excuses. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Good, now find your balance. And I'll notice that in this situation here, even though the feet are kind of on 2 and 2 or in the middle, you'll notice you have more pressure on your right foot on the toe, and the left heel may come up a little bit, but you're constantly adjusting the balance. Good. Change to the other side. So your left foot now is behind the yellow pole, and your heel is on the number 1, and the right is the reverse. Just rock it side to side. There you go, good. And we're just, again, look, I'm trying not to move my head forward and backwards. The work is coming from the muscles in my legs, but the pressure point is coming from the messaging from my brain to my feet, and my feet back up to my brain of what's happening. Find your balance. There you go. And again, if you want to, face slightly to the side, put one hand on there, put one hand. You can try and go 2 hands, but remember the poles are always there. React to the poles. Don't try and save the balance. If you begin to feel off balance, don't try and bring it back on here. Grab the poles, come back and find your balance again. Here we go, rock it side to side. How many fingers, how many thumbs am I going into here? Oh yeah, this is the Australian one. This is the English one. This is, I'm not going to do the Italian one. There you go. All right, great job. And find your balance. Keep saying the numbers out. Again, we're multitasking the brain as this is going on to see, think, and react truthfully to what's really in front of you. Okay, good. Excellent. Last one we're going to do. Let's turn completely to the side. We're going to face the side and rock forward and backwards. Now you'll notice in here, I have the feet reversed to how I normally do it. I normally have the foot closest to the pole at the front, or the one at the front closest to the pole and the one at the back closest to the edge. The reason being that I normally have it that way is when we step up, you don't want to catch your foot on the back pole and feel like you're falling backwards. But because we're on the board and turning, this is safe into here. So you can hold on. Now find your balance. And rock it forward and back. And find that balance. And rock it forward and back last time. And find that balance. And again, if you want to face the side, and if you feel confident, you can try and take those hands off and find that balance. But the pole is there, the poles are there to help save you. Remember, react and use the poles before you begin to feel that you're losing your balance. Good, let's turn the other way. So my left foot now is on the front red mark. I'm going side to side in here, just rocking, there you go. It's weird, when I put my hand here, I feel like my shoulder's up, so I want to be in a relaxed, comfortable position where those poles again can hold me. Now find your balance. I can go to one hand on here, I can turn to the side, I can try and find my balance with no hands, knowing that that pole is there or the poles are there to help me regain my balance as I begin to lose it. Good, and rock forward and backwards again. Last time. There you go, good. And find the balance. And rock forward and backwards. What I want you to do is step forward now, bring your right foot next to your left, hold onto the pole and step off of the board. Let's get the last drink of water. We have the last exercise coming up, which I haven't done in a while. This is not a new one, but it's one that I think is critical. And the reason I think it's critical is this is building stamina. Come back up to one-on-one, and all I want you to do is just walk. This is the last exercise. We're going into the stamina builder. We're going to do a 3-minute workout to finish, right? This is where we're going into. 3 minutes. And we're going to gradually pick up the speed. So again, I've got to remind myself, let's go slow to begin with, because I get so excited about doing this exercise. I love this because it's no impact, and yet it's going to build your stamina for endurance, your ability to move your feet faster, that I've explained so many times why it's important to have really fast feet. Because fast feet reaction will help save a fall. It will give you balance. And let's just say you're crossing the road and suddenly a speeding car comes around the corner. You don't want to freeze in fear because you can't move. It will give you that ability to move your feet and get to the sidewalk quickly, because you may not believe it, but some people do speed. I know most of us have never experienced a speeding car, and certainly never driven a speeding car, and certainly never gone round a corner and seen someone in the middle of the street walking and had to slow down, because we always drive with so much caution. But again, we want to make sure that we have the ability to react to things in life. Okay, let's start going a little faster now. Now, what you'll notice in here is my feet are barely leaving the board, but just enough that I can feel my foot stepping up and down a little faster. We're engaging those fast twitch fibers now. There you go, we're going just a little faster. And again, the beauty of doing this on the board instead of on the floor, there's a couple of things, right? When you're on the floor, there's a certain shock impact, even when you're stepping, because you're meeting a surface that doesn't go with your foot. This one, as you step, there's less impact, there's less pressure on the knees, it's safer and softer on the joints, because as you step and put your pressure, the board is absorbing some of that with the rock. The other thing that's really great about this one is is the fact that you can adjust the speed, but your brain is becoming so aware of the change of angle. So when you do go onto the regular floor that doesn't rock, there's less effort and work for the brain. It's really about the comfort and stability and confidence. And that's one of the things that we're going to be, or that we've done in the past. Now begin to go a little bit faster now. Again, if you need to rest or sit down, feel free to take that break, grab that water and join back in. Or just, who was it? Somebody the other day was saying, an incredible lady, I'm trying to think what her name was on there. You guys were amazing encouraging her, but she was like, I could only do 5 seconds, 10 seconds at a time. And she's in a wheelchair right now. And I wish I could remember your name. I'm embarrassed I can't, because it really touched me, your message. But this is the type of thing that builds your stamina. You know, you could look and say, okay, I'm going to do 5 seconds today. Then tomorrow, I'm going to try and do 6 seconds. And for those of you that read my newsletter that went out, the last newsletter about my asthma and having to overcome that and running, all I wanted to do was make it 1 foot further until I eventually ran the asthma out of me and could end up playing soccer and have a very successful soccer life. Okay, last one. Here we go. Now I'm going to lift those knees a little bit higher, but again, go at your own pace. As your confidence grows, you'll be able to lift those knees and move a little faster. Don't get there before you're ready. But again, you'll begin to feel your heart rate now is going, your body temperature is going up, your muscles are reacting quicker, your brain is becoming more confident of the ability to control itself. And if you notice, I'm keeping my head still. I'm not doing this as I'm going. So again, I'm controlling the vertigo, the dizziness, because my head is still, but my blood's pumping. I can begin to feel I'm getting out of breath. The oxygen is now going faster around my body, which means it's carrying the red blood cells, which means I'm reinvigorating the cells, which is critical. Oxygen, without oxygen, we know what happens. Good, and slow it down. Well, what you do is keep your feet together and just push side to side. Whew. And you'll feel, make sure as you're recovering and we're just rocking side to side and pushing that hip, just make sure that you continue to breathe relaxed. Take in those slow breaths, because your breath will control your heartbeat, and your heartbeat and your breath will also control the ability for the heart to come back to a comfortable place, which is your resting or low activity level, kind of the zone 5 if you've ever done, between zone 4 and zone 5, have you ever done heart rate training, which I used to love to do when I was racing bikes. Okay, push down with the left foot, step back with the right. What I want you to do, shake your legs out, nice and easy. Put your feet just a little bit wide, about shoulder width apart, maybe just a little bit narrower. Take your hands off the poles, bend your knees, and I want you to feel the ground. Feel how solid that ground is. Even if you push side to side, that ground is not moving. And you have the balance and strength to control your body. Let's go into a quick little cool down now. What I want you to do, push the board to the right. Take your right foot, put the ball of the foot on the edge, the heel to the ground, and just push forward. So the heel's on the ground, the ball of the foot's on the edge of the board, and you should feel the stretch in your calf muscle. Change up, left foot goes in. I feel, it's weird, I suddenly felt my energy come down to a very relaxed place talking about it. Left heel on the ground, ball of the foot on the left foot is on the edge of the board, so you can feel that stretch. I'm going to show you another stretch for the calf as well. Step up on the board, put your left foot on number 1. Actually, you know, put your left foot on number 2. Put your weight there, put your right foot kind of in the middle of the board or behind number 1, and just drop that heel down. If you're sideways, I'm in this position here, and you'll feel again that stretch. If you want the Achilles stretch, bend the back knee a little bit. It's hard for you to see, but this is more of an Achilles stretch. This is more of a calf stretch, higher up the calf. Lower down the calf, higher up the calf. Good. Change up. Put your right foot on number 2. Put your left foot just kind of on the number 1, but on the edge of the board or close to the middle, and just push back. I feel my strength is on my right leg, but I'm putting some weight on my back leg because I'm pushing that heel to the ground and I'm getting that stretch now. I want to take a little bit of an Achilles stretch, so I bend that back leg a little bit, and you'll feel how the stretch goes down the leg. This is so critical, again, to making sure the Achilles is so important and is an area that can become really tight from doing exercise. I know if I jump rope or any of that stuff, my Achilles get really tight. I have to stretch it and loosen it up. Good, step back off of the board. Now we're gonna go back into the right foot going on the number 2, but I want you to put your toe so it actually touches the board, the pole. That will help keep your toe up. Now just bend forward. So we get that stretch all down the back of the leg. Feel solid, feel safe. The back leg bends slightly. So I lean forward, and if you want to run your hands down the pole and get more of a stretch, and step into there. Let's go to the other side. Put your heel on the board, toe goes on the pole. Feel comfortable, straighten the left leg, bend the right leg, and then just bend forward. And again, if you want more of a stretch, there you go. You slide that hand down the pole, you get more of a stretch all the way down. But again, only where is good for you. Good, and come and stand back up. Give me 10 butt kickers. That's where we're just kicking the butt in here. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see you wrote a comment, Bob. I'm coming over there to see what you wrote in a minute. It's not going to be too long now. There you go, good. And just shake those legs out. What I want you to do, put your legs about shoulder width apart. Take your hands down. Let's roll those shoulders out. It's so important to loosen up the area all around the neck and roll it forward. So when you get a lot of tension in the neck, especially the back of the neck in there, remember, that's where your balance comes from. The cerebellum at the back of the brain that sends the messages down through the spinal column. Take the right arm, put it across. So we want to keep that area stress-free. We want to keep it loose. We want to keep it where it's relaxed. Because again, we don't want to put any pressure or stress into any of the messaging going from our brain down through the neurological system. We want to get that message to the neurons. There, and again, change it up to stretch that out and change. Good, I'm going to step in front of the board for the next one. Take your fingers, interlock them together. Now, just push them away from you and bring it back. It's just a small little motion. All we're doing is we're loosening up those fingers to be able to, again, you've been gripping onto that pole. Some of you may have been gripping onto that pole a little too much. There you go. There you go. Good, now just run those fingers, shake the hands out. There you go, good. And just drop those shoulders. What I want you to do is just rock those shoulders as if you were in a Michael Jackson Thriller movie or video. In fact, Scott Austin, who was on here earlier, Scott was in one of Michael Jackson's video. I think it was Bad. I don't know if you hear Scott still, but he was in that one. Just roll those shoulders out, loosen them up. There you go, good. Just drop your ear to your shoulder. And I'm taking my left arm, I'm pushing it down. I'm feeling that push, look at that extra little stretch. And go to the other side and just pushing it down here. Feel that stretch, we're almost done. This one I can really feel today. I must have more tension in my neck than I had before. Drop the ear, push it down. There you go, good. And come to the other side and push it down. I just saw what Bob wrote. Bob, what is up with you, man? Bob says, I never want to step on number 2. Oh my gosh. Good, shake out. And that's the end of our workout. Let me come in and answer any questions you have or respond to that. But listen, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I take these off. Fantastic rest of the day. It's so exciting to have the opportunity to live, right? We have to look at it and say, I was talking to a dear friend of mine yesterday, Kofi, who's like a mentor to me, great guy. And he says, you talk to Christians and they all want to live with God. They all want to go, you know, that they live for God, which I truly respect and understand and value. But nobody wants to meet him today. That's what I love. I love the way he said it. We all want to be with God, just not today. We don't want to end up our lives and go to heaven. We want to keep living. And so That's why it's so, critical. We value the time we have here. We don't doubt it, dislike it. We all go through it, right? We all have days where we wonder why we're even here. What's the point of being here? What's my value in life? And that often, again, goes back to the message that I talked about at the beginning. Other people's turbulence that tends to take us down or make us feel less than we are. So make sure you appreciate today, love today, and again, continue to, what's the right word? Exfoliate the dirt that tends to hold us down and let your own light glisten and shine. I'm going to go through here really quickly and just say hi to people because there's been a lot going on. Going all the way back, Ron Eubanks. Good to see you, Ron. That's another Eubanks in here. So great to see you here. I know that was a while ago, so I'm just going back. I couldn't see that. Debbie, you found one too. Dr. Jani Saeed, I hope I said it right, who saved you from surgery. It's incredible. You find the right doctors, and it's amazing how they don't go to surgery. They don't go to medication. They go to the natural healing of the body. And there's some incredible doctors out there. And there's some, not every doctor is, I'm not saying doctors are bad. I have a huge respect and love for doctors helping people. But we've got to look at ourselves and our body and say, what do we truly need help with? Because you are so strong. Your own ability to heal. Your body was made. You were born to heal. We have an incredible immune system and a strength system. So let's not forget how powerful you are. Janet, great to see you here. I think this is the first time, maybe, Janet, you've been here. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope you got some workout. And again, this will be saved live onto Facebook now. As soon as this is over, it goes through. So if you want to come back and do it later, you can. It will also be uploaded to YouTube as well. And I know somebody else left a message. What am I saying? I know someone earlier on left a message. What else do they do another day? So I'll get to that in a minute. Wayne, good to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. Debbie, give it a try. It's actually really cool. I was playing last night with how can I help somebody get that foot up on the board without having to use their hand and lift their leg. And when I started doing it, it was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Tell me, now we know how to make a Dan puppet. I have no idea what that means. Zero idea what a Dan puppet is. But if you want to explain it to me, I'm totally open. Okay, so you said, this is Denise. Your legs are slightly larger and you do not have that much band to lift up and put on the pole. So what do I do now? Okay, that's a great question. Denise, what I suggest is get the longer bands. Now, you'll turn around and say, well, the longer bands, they're quite a bit longer. So use the longer band to go around and then put it around the pole and then loop it over. So you'll find a way, if you have slightly wider legs, to be able to use the longer band and still get the same effect. You can, and again, this is at your own choice, you can also put it around here and put some knots into the band with the loop until it shortens the bit that's left over and use that as well. So that would be, again, the solution that I would use is, again, being able to shorten the longer band and make it more comfortable. Thanks for saying that. Sorry that I couldn't see that earlier and give you that advice. But great question in there. And without you, I wouldn't have been able to answer that. Ken, great to see you here as well. Kathy's already answered it. The same thing, use the longer tube. So it's great having such an amazing group of leaders in 60 Up that Kathy just jumps in and takes that on. So really appreciate it. Bob Eubanks, hey, Danny. Danny. Yep, that's me. You know, when I was a kid growing up, and you'll all understand that, and my mum's still on here, she'll know, I had 3 names when I was growing up. So when I got older, I've been called a lot of names, trust me. But I had 3 names when I was growing up. Dan, Danny, and Daniel. Now, the first 2, Dan and Danny, they were okay. But when I heard the name Daniel, I knew I was in trouble. We all had that, right? When we knew our parents, when they said our name a certain way or a certain name, instead of Bob, it was Robert. You knew you were in trouble. Love it. Ronald, great to see you here. What a cute puppy you've got there as well. Thanks so much for coming in there. And hopefully you got to work out later or join us on the next one. Kathy has an amazing class coming up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm back on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then Debbie is back at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. So come in and grab their experience. Diane, great to see you here. Thanks for being here and watching. Hopefully you join in, and Mary as well. It's awesome. Scott Austin, I knew I should never have let Scott into this group. When I kick my leg over my head, I fall down. Will the poles help me with my break dancing? Scott, if you're falling and breaking, don't fall. But I know we used to mess around break dancing all the time, so I know you're joking. Marie, great to see you here as well. Thanks so much for being here. Bob, 7. Did I give you the thumb? I gave you the thumb, Bob. Always give you the thumb. Great job, mate. Diana, too funny. I think I know what you're talking about, and I am not. I'm not going to accept it. It wasn't funny. It was ridiculous. But I'm glad you laughed. Scott, you're getting seasick watching you. Talk about my story about when I was shooting the movie down in South Africa, I'm sure. Yeah, hey, we can rock out, right? It's awesome. Deborah, great to see you here. Thanks so much. Diana replied to Bob's comment. That's funny. Diana, is this video being saved so we can come back to it like a year from now? That's hilarious, Diana. That's awesome. And Diana, you're one of the people that we responded to over this last week, and you had so much positive response. So thanks so much for being here, and I hope it helped as well. That was brilliant. And yeah, come back in a year's time and do this video. This will be on YouTube, and it will be on Facebook, our private members page. And just remember, I had the green shirt on, I had the earbuds. That will help you identify it. But if you come back in a year and see in a year's time how much better you are than you are today, and I can say that with Bob. Bob, you can attest to that one for sure. If we look back at how you were at 76, 77, 78, 79, and see how you are today at 83, it's an unbelievable difference. And I'm so proud of you and for all the work that you've put in and how you've changed your life around because you're willing to do the work. Debbie, Lynn, great to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. Bob Eubanks, I never want to step on number 2. That's great, Bob. I knew you'd come up with that because we always talk about your dog and lifting the leg and how you have to go to the bathroom. And I'm just jumping off of this conversation. But I can show you if that does happen, Bob, and I can show you this really quickly. If you do, on the board, step on number 2, you can also do the drag on the edge of the board as well. That will help, just so you know. Awesome. You're most welcome, Betsy. Thanks for being here. I know you're a superstar and an avid workout, and hopefully you'll be back on Thursday and we can have a good one. And say hi to Herb for me as well. Bonnie, this is your 80th episode on the board. That's unbelievable. Mostly from YouTube and live when you can. You love the bands too. You're still waiting for... you know what, Bonnie? I can't see the rest of the message in here. It won't let me click on that to see what else you wrote, but I will respond to this after the class. Go back and see it. Helen, what exercise do you do on other days? Okay, so if you go through this members page, go to the members page, and hopefully you remember, I think you must be to be able to come and do this live class, and scroll down, you'll see other workouts. You can also go to YouTube. YouTube, search the 60 Up channel. Just put 60 Up channel in there, or 60 Up Dan, 60 Up Debbie, Kathy, and they will come up. And you can subscribe. It's free to subscribe to the channel. And we'll be, and you've got so many, we have over 200 exercise programs, classes in there, and you'll see them labeled from basic to Debbie, to Kathy's wellness, to Dan's advanced, intermediate, some specific ones, wheelchair workouts, chair workouts. And I am going to be doing another workout, just so you know, I was thinking about it, of just a stretching workout from the chair. So I'm looking forward to doing that and doing more chair workouts as well, so that there's a more variety of things going on. But I hope that answers, Helen, what you're asking. Joe, can you please do some exercises to strengthen the lower back and also the rest of the back? Absolutely. Great that you asked that. I will incorporate some on Thursday's workout. I'm sure Kathy will also look at that, and Debbie as well, and know that there's exercises that we can do for the lower back and for strengthening the back is so important. So thanks for sending that, Joe. We always are here to listen and help as best we can, and we know we can always help. Kathy, you learn something new from every Tuesday. Thanks, Dan. Thank you so much for being here. I learn something from you every day as well. Even when you're silent and I don't talk to you, I'm still learning from you. Thanks so much, Kathy. And have a great class tomorrow. Kirk, great to see you back. Kirk, I haven't seen you in the longest time. Arizona time, mate. Hope you're staying down there. Cold at night, warm through the day, but love seeing you back here. I'll see you on Thursday. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Susan, thanks for all you do. Thanks so much for being here and stopping by. And hopefully you did the workout. If not, go back and do it. This is a great brain to body connection, going slow and feeling. And I know we've been going on today for a while. It's been a longer session, but I really want to take the time to say hi to everybody. You're all precious and special. Joe, you are great today, so thank you so much. Really appreciate the feedback as well. It means a lot to me because I know it means we're impacting you. I see the messages you leave on Kathy and Debbie's workouts, how much you love them, and that makes me feel so amazing because knowing that you're getting the benefit and being able to touch and connect with Kathy and Debbie is so... it just verifies and validates why we have this 60 up and how important everybody is. They're amazing. Denise, great. That sounds like it will work. Thanks so much. And again, let me know how that goes as well. Just remember, when you got the band around your leg, hold on to the poles. If you move your leg back and you're not holding on to the poles, that board is going to go backwards as well. Not dangerous. It's just going to shift. We want to hold it in place. Ben, thanks so much from Bob and Ben. Wishing you guys the best always. And thanks so much for being here. Candy, great to see you. Thanks so much for the session here. I mean, thanks for being at the session today. So look forward to talking with you sometime soon. Ildi, thank you always. Excellent workout. You're an excellent person to have always in the workouts. I love that you do with Debbie and Kathy's class. You're so positive, and that energy comes through the distance that we have, and I know you inspire others, and you're always so positive as well. And as I'm saying that, my nose is itching. And it's meant to be, if your nose is itching, it's meant to be a message. No, it's just like, my nose is itching. But I had to scratch it, so I've got to let you know. Mary, thanks so much for being here as well. Mary's my sister's name, my youngest sister. So I always love seeing that name. Denise, you're laughing. Thanks so much. And Patrick, thank you all so much for being here. That's the end of the class. Remember, it's going to be saved right now. And it will be uploaded onto Facebook now, and then YouTube will be following. Remember, green shirt, earbuds. I keep saying earbuds because they're in my ears. They're meant to be earbuds and a smiling face because I'm so happy to have been here with you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.